Alright everyone, so I know that I haven't made a video today, and the reason for that is, as you can see right now, some video footage. I've been driving for the best part of 9 hours now, where I had to take my eldest son home back down south, and now I'm heading back to Newcastle home, and as soon as I get home, probably around about midnight kind of time, and then tomorrow morning I'll be up again going over to the Great Lake Districts with the wife and youngest son. Now, if you hear any kind of noise next to me right now, any kind of like whatever else, I have a little monkey right next to me who doesn't seem to want to not stop talking, do you? Alright, so anyway, the video footage that you're looking at right now, in fact, is what I recorded, 2 lots of it, about 20 minutes ago, but the audio was gashed, so now I'm just doing voice record and you're just watching video footage of about 20 minutes ago. So anyway, I'm probably about an hour away from home in Newcastle. So anyway, the point of this video was, I was curious as to what you all thought about the pay-per-view last night for Dillian Whyte and Joseph Parker. Now, of course, for me, it was an epic event, and as you guys will know, I was all in for it being a pay-per-view. I felt it was pay-per-view, I really did, and it lived up to it. Well, in fact, no, I'm lying. It exceeded all kind of expectations. It really did. So for me, I'm well chuffed with that entire card. I really was. I thought everything was brilliant, and if anything, it was far exceeding what I honestly thought it would be. Now, what was the main or the best fight on the card for you? Now, for me, I am torn between Chisora and Takam, and also I like the Nick Webb versus Dave Allen fight, and of course I like the main event in Dillian Whyte Joseph Parker. So let's start off with Dillian Whyte versus Joseph Parker. Now, that whole fight had everything in it, where both guys got knocked down in the fight. Now, I know that Joseph Parker, there was a clash ahead in round number 2 as such, with a slight dig from Dillian Whyte as well, where Joseph Parker went down. And was it a legitimate knockdown? No, probably not, but to be fair, we only know that because we've seen the replay. Obviously the referee hasn't seen that. Now, from a live reaction, I thought it was a legitimate knockdown, and I'm sure most of you guys did as well. So I'm not going to have a go at the referee for maybe getting that one wrong. Oh, 1 second. It's alright. It's starting to rain, and I couldn't, and I'm getting like pinned in against a lorry here. Of course you can't see that on that video, but anyway, so yeah, the whole event for me was well and truly worth pay-per-view, no doubt in my mind whatsoever. So the main event, now, Dillian Whyte and Joseph Parker, as I said, so round number 2, there was a clash of heads, but we have to forgive the referee, because for live reaction, obviously he doesn't have the luxury of a replay like what we do, and we know that it was a clash of heads because we've seen the replay. So I know a lot of people are moaning about it, but still, you know, we can't really blame the referee for it. But ultimately, Joseph did actually get legitimately knocked down in round number 9, which would be for the first time in his career as a professional, as an amateur, and allegedly in sparring as well. So, and at that point, when he knocked down Joseph Parker in round number 2, and obviously again in round number 9, I was like, right, okay, well, no matter what happens in this fight now, then at least, I'm just going to move over lane, so at least we can say that Dillian Whyte was actually the first person to legitimately knock down the iron jaw of Joseph Parker, arguably the toughest jaw in boxing, right? You know, he's taken some big punches before and didn't ever look like he was in trouble, but that big overhand left hook from Dillian Whyte is just phenomenal. I mean, that's the one that knocked out Lucas Brown, and Joseph Parker done well to get up from it. I mean, let's be honest, at 9 rounds where Joseph Parker was already in almost retreat mode. Now, I don't want to take too much for what Tony Bellew was saying on commentary, that Joseph Parker looked like he was scared and wanted to go home, for me, I never really got that impression, but I certainly got the impression that Joseph Parker was not having a very good time of it at all. And a lot of that was obviously down to Dillian Whyte. I think he underestimated Dillian Whyte. I think that would probably be fair to say. And round number 12, when Joseph Parker was teeing off on Dillian, and Dillian had to go into survival mode, and I'm screaming at the telly, and I'm telling him to hang on for dear life, and for God's sake, stop trying to fight back, grab him, you know, wrestle him to the ground if necessary, you know, do something to maybe get docked a point. Now, speaking of docking points, I know Dillian didn't get any points docked, and had the referee had docked him any kind of point within that fight, I could probably understand why. He was roughing up Joseph Parker, that's for sure. But Joseph Parker, you know, you really have to remember, man, that this is a fight, okay? This is not a chess match, okay? This is purely a fight. So you've got to go in there and get a lot of dog about you. And I really hope that he learns from this one. You know, the whole trying to touch gloves and being all sociable and nice. No, okay? That dude is trying to knock you out. Why on earth are you trying to touch gloves? Don't. He's your enemy for 12 rounds. That is it. So going forward, Joe, you really need to get that bit of dog in you. Now, for me, that was an epic fight, and I'm so thrilled and proud of Dillian to get a legitimate win over easily a top 5 heavyweight, no doubt about it. And this is the reason why that I've been saying for such a long time that Deontay Wilder is avoiding Dillian Whyte, because he knows the chances are he won't get past round 3 with Dillian Whyte. Dillian will land on him, and there's no way in hell that Deontay Wilder can take that big left hook, all those body punches. No way in hell. Now, I know a lot of people are trying to throw Parker under the bus. He's a gatekeeper, he's a journeyman, all that kind of stuff. No, he ain't. Okay, he is not. Now, the undercard, Chisora and Takam, was phenomenal. That was a great fight. That was literally punch perfect, shall we say, from beginning to end. This had literally everything in it again, and for Dillian Whyte and Joseph Parker to follow that would, I don't know, it's going some, isn't it? And you know what, they did manage to do it. But for me, I think that the fight of the card probably was Takam and Chisora, right from the opening round, the opening bell, when Carlos Takam had Dereck Chisora pinned up against the ropes. I'm thinking, damn, Del Boy isn't even going to get out of this damn first round. So how it got to round number 8 was pretty much like that as well, where Takam was just beating the living hell out of Chisora. I know some people had Chisora and Takam like on even. For me, I had Chisora way down. But you know what, I mean, to be fair, I wasn't really scoring the rounds, to be fair. I was just enjoying the fight, to be brutally honest with you. Now, for Dereck Chisora to get that knockout victory, to drop Takam when Takam gets up again, and to be able to land on him again to actually legitimately knock him out, that is some going. And again, big up Dereck Chisora for managing to go through that whole war. And you know, this goes to show what Dereck Chisora is all about, with the fact that if he was to apply himself to each fight, his career would be so much better. He'd have a more healthy bank balance, and you know, he wouldn't be taking silly losses against Ajit Kabiel and you know, other fights like that. I mean, he's got it in him. He's got the dog in him. He's got the fight in him. But sometimes it's like he just can't be bothered. But anyway, I was proud of Del Boy last night. Nick Webb and Dave Eiland, again, another fight I was emotionally invested in, of course, with both of them guys being friends of the channel, you know, the same way that Dillian is. So for me, I wasn't too sure who I wanted to win, and I just wanted both of them. In all honesty, I'd have been happy for that fight to have gone the distance and for it to be given a draw, to be perfectly honest. But ultimately, Nick Webb was beating the living hell out of Dave Eiland for 3 solid rounds. I don't really recall Dave Eiland throwing too much back, and it took him until the round number 4 to actually start throwing something back. And when he hit Nick Webb and Nick Webb went down, that was devastating. And the celebration from Dave Eiland, I mean, you could see what that meant to him. You know, all the times that he's been there and come up short, most notably with Lenroy Thomas. And you know, let's be honest, Nick Webb would beat the living stuffing out of Lenroy Thomas, and Dave Eiland was unlucky in the first match. Maybe he didn't apply himself enough. He wasn't aggressive enough. I think Dave Eiland needs to be a lot more nasty in the ring. Much the same way as Joseph Parker, right? But for me, I think that Dave Eiland has got one hell of a punch, and his punch is underrated. And Nick Webb punches like a mule kicks. He really does. And Dave Eiland just kept on coming forward. So big up to Dave Eiland on that one. And I'm pretty sure that Nick Webb will come back. He will learn from this. There's no doubt about it. So his career is not over. I know a lot of people say, oh well, someone's taken a loss now, so that's it. They're journeymen. They're over. It's not at all. But yeah, anyway, that's pretty much it from me. Oh, again, with Katie Taylor, big up to her for dominating and stopping Kimberly Connor as well. Again, very, very perfect performance from her. And when she hit Connor, she had smoke in her boots, and that was it. You know, her arms went down, her face was, or her head was out of it. So the referee, for me, was right to put a stop to it. I have no doubts about that, because one more punch and Kimberly Connor would have been down and out cold. So other one, oh yeah, Anthony Fowler, again, a great finish. Just come out of the round and just ginned him. And that's, I mean, to be fair, the writing was on the wall. I think Craig OBrien looked like he was going to lose that fight. I know he's undefeated, and there's like a fair bit of beef between them all at that point, but for me, I always felt that Anthony Fowler was always going to win that fight as well. But I'm sure I'm missing somebody else. Oh, Frank Buglioni, congratulations as well. Richard Ricapore, Joshua Buatsi. So everybody done well on that night, you know. And for those who say that it wasn't a worthy pay-per-view, I mean, as I said, you know, people still moan that it was 20 quid. I mean, 20 quid isn't a lot of money, and if you can't afford it, don't buy it, you know. I mean, it's as simple as that. And, you know, I'll say it again, as I said before, that for me, I felt that it was always a pay-per-view card, and I know some people don't understand that, but I just felt that with the fights on that card, it was going to be something special. Go back to the pre-fight video where I said I felt that this was a legitimate pay-per-view, and we're going to be seeing something special on this card, and lo and behold, that's exactly what happened. So yeah, anyway, so I'm just curious as to what you guys all think about the card itself and all that kind of thing, and hopefully you all enjoyed it as much as what I did, of course. So anyway, drop your thoughts below, and again, apologies for any kind of background noise. Again, that's my little boy. It's dark, it's 10:30 at night right now, and obviously the sound of the traffic and the road and all that kind of thing as well. So anyway, thank you very much for listening, if you got this far, of course, if you can put up with all the noise and me rambling on. So anyway, drop your thoughts below, click that thumbs up and subscribe. Catch you all on the next video.